In this lesson, we're going to talk about a rate of change between x and y, where that rate is constant. And when the rate is constant, we have what's called a linear function. So today we're going to look at how to find a linear function when we have some data. So we're going to take a look at the two groups here, group 1 and group 2. And I'm going to show you, and you probably remember this from high school days, how to write the equation of a line given 2 points. I'm going to show you 3 different ways, and you choose which one works best for you. And you may want to interchange them depending on the data points. So I'm going to start with group 1, and I'm going to do part A. In order to find the equation of a line in y equals mx plus b form, we need to know that the m represents the slope and the b represents the y-intercept. A y-intercept occurs when x is equal to 0. In other words, when it's crossing the vertical axis. So in this one, we've got the point 0, 5 and the point 7, 7. The 0 represents an x value, as does this 7. And the 5 is a y value, as is this 7. Now, to tell the different points apart, we're going to subscript them. This is going to be x1, y1, and this will be x2, y2. And to find the slope, we use the formula m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We're going to use that formula and put the values into that formula to find m. So it's going to say 7 minus 5 over 7 minus 0. 2 over 7. So our slope is 2 over 7. That means the y value is changing by 2 and the x value is changing by 7. Now we need to find the b value. The b value tells us where it crosses the y-axis. And I told you before that it happened when the x value was equal to 0. If I look at this point, I do have an x value of 0. That means this y value is our y-intercept, 5. So my equation is y equals 2/7 x plus 5. There is our equation. So on the y-axis, if I started at 5, I could graph this line by starting at 5 on the y-axis and going up 2 for the y value and to the right 7 for the x value, and get to the next point and connect them. Now, I'm going to jump over to group 2 and do question part B. In this one, notice that I don't have an x value of 0. So I'm going to have to calculate my y-intercept when the time comes. But I'm going to start out finding my slope. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. After a while, you won't have to write that formula. I'm doing it to make sure that you see the formula correctly. I'm going to choose this point to be my x1, y1, and this to be x2, y2. Again, that will become automatic to you after a while. So I'm going to have negative 15 minus a negative 6 divided by 4 minus 2. Negative 15 minus a negative, subtracting a negative is the same as adding a positive. Negative 15 plus 6 is negative 9. And then 4 minus 2 is 2. So our slope then is negative 9 over 2. Now, our y-intercept. I don't have an x value of 0, so I need to find out what the y-intercept value is. And I'm going to go back to y equals mx plus b. I know that my slope is negative 9 halves. I also have 2 points here. Each one has an x value and a y value. I'm going to choose one of them. And I'm going to choose this 2, -6, just because the numbers are smaller. You could choose either one. And I'm going to put the -6 in for y and the 2 value in for x. And I'm going to solve for b. -6 equals, when I multiply negative 9 over 2 times 2 over 1, I end up with negative 9. And when I add 9 to both sides, I end up with 3 equals b. So my equation is y equals negative 9 halves x plus 3. And there's my equation. Now I'm going to jump back over to Group 1, Part C, and I'm going to show you a slightly different method for finding the equation. I'm going to start out with that formula again for slope. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I'm going to say it's 4 minus 2 over 5 minus a negative 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. 5 minus a negative 2 is 7. Now, to find the y-intercept, I'm going to show you a different formula, and it's simply derived from this slope formula. I'm going to think of that as cross-multiplying, and I would have y2 minus y1 equals, cross-multiply here, and I end up with the slope m times x2 minus x1. Now, in order to have an x and a y value in my formula, I'm going to take my eraser and I'm going to just erase the subscripts of 2. Once I do that, I can put my slope in for 2/7, and I can choose one of the 2 points. I'll choose negative 2 and say y minus 2 equals positive 2/7 times the quantity x minus a negative 2. So y minus 2 equals 2/7 x minus a negative is plus 2/7 times 2 over 1. So y minus 2 equals 2/7 x plus 4/7. I'm going to add 2 to both sides. 2/7 x plus 4/7 plus 2. Now, in order to add the 4/7 plus the 2, I need a common denominator. Common denominator between 7 and 1 is 7. So to get it on this second fraction, I multiply by 7 over 7. Y equals 2/7 x plus 4/7 plus 14/7. That makes my equation, I'm going to write it over here, y equals 2/7 x plus 18/7. 18 because it was the 4 plus the 14. Now, I'm going to stop the video here, and you can take the 3 questions that we did not do, practice them using the methods that I showed you, and then answer the questions at the bottom of the page. When we meet for our Zoom lesson, I will be giving you the equations that you should have gotten for the 3 questions and the answers to the bottom questions. Then we'll go over the rest of the packet.